Hey gang, it's JC, and this is your daily dose for Wednesday, April 28th, 2010. Sorry, I screwed up the date yesterday. We'll get all that straight. This is a cooperative venture with Mind Active doing web technology and innovation in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Archives of all of our stuff. All you gotta do is hit the menu bar at the top of the page, and we archive everything, and we are expanding big time. We have 2 new features for you kicking off on Monday right here at jc'sdailydose.com, so make sure you tell all of your friends. The big story today, Sandra Bullock is making it official. She is divorcing Jesse James. She's had it with the hose, but the shocker is that about 4 years ago, she and Jesse James began the process of trying to adopt a young son, and they did it. They brought the baby home in January. The baby's now 3.5 months old, Louis Bardo Bullock, and she's going to raise this kid as a single parent. So that's the big story from the Sandra Bullock camp. She's 45 now, smoking the old man and becoming a mom, raising the child as a single parent. The other big story today, Conan O'Brien is doing 60 Minutes on Sunday. Now, his separation deal with NBC stated that he couldn't be on television at all until May 1st, and this show is going to air on May 2nd, so they're getting it in. Now, next week, People magazine says a major celebrity is coming out in that May 5th edition of People magazine. So right away you start thinking, okay, Anderson Cooper, Kevin Spacey, Ellen Page, the chick from Juno. Put your money on Queen Latifah. Why? Because it's been murmured for a long time, but also she has a brand new movie coming out, and that sort of stuff actually helps sometimes. All right, odd story, a group of evangelical explorers. Evangelical explorers say they have found Noah's Ark on top of a mountain in eastern Turkey. I don't know any of the details. All I know is that evangelical explorer is how Brenda Warner refers to her dildo. So anyhow, the American Idol Tour is coming through St. Louis this summer. Scott Trade Center, August 27th. Tickets go on sale May 15th at the usual ticket outlets. By the way, like 2 years ago, it would not be uncommon for American Idol to have 27, 28, 29 million viewers. And while what they're getting now is certainly nothing to sneeze at, the results show last week at 18.8. So the dew is off the lily, as they say. And again, I mean, that's still an awful lot of people watching a TV show, but where did all those other people go? Well, why don't you have Shania Twain on again? Or like tonight, they got Rascal Flatts. You wonder where the viewers are going? You wonder, really. You can't figure it out. Weirdest item of the day, and perhaps since we started doing these Daily Dose segments 6 weeks ago. All right, here's what you do. You know, I would make a lousy female porn star. I have a terrible gag reflex. Like when I go to the dentist, I was playing golf with my buddy Larry Hoffman yesterday. By the way, we played the municipal course out in Baldwin. Beautiful course. I'd never played out there before. But I got a terrible gag reflex. But listen to this, and it works. This is not some sort of thing where your eyeballs are going to pop out and I'm going to have a laugh at your expense. Here's what you do. You take your thumb, you get it inside here, and then you make a fist. So you make a fist with your thumb inside, and you really push on it. Then you take your right finger and you stick it down your throat like you're trying to gag yourself. Guess what? In almost everybody's case, you're not going to gag. So if you just took your finger and shoved it in your mouth, you'd gag. But you do this, and you don't gag. Apparently it has something to do with your brain. When it's got too many tasks to do at one time, your brain sort of gets confused and some of your reflexes just sort of go away. Try it. That's what I'm here for. All right, we told you yesterday that we were going to do a piece on stressful jobs, but because we had all this new stuff that just broke today, we'll do that piece for you tomorrow. But I do want to tell you about this phone app for iPhone lovers. All right, here's what you do. You go to this application called Dragon Dictation. Dragon Dictation, okay? And what you do is, it'll give you a little button you push, and then you push the button, and then you talk into your iPhone, right, into the little microphone here. You talk into this thing, and then you hit stop, and it takes what you say and converts it into text. By the way, this is a free application, right? So you do that, and then you can cut and paste it to an email and send it to yourself or to anybody you want. Again, Dragon Dictation, and it's absolutely free. Now, I tried it. You know, I always try to confuse these things when I hear about it. So I put in, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The son of a gun did it. I was astonished. But then we put in Marysy Dotes and Dozy Dotes and a little Amsy Ivy, a little Kiddly Ivy too, and it completely confused it and came back as gibberish. But if you're saying almost anything but Marysy Dotes into the, you got the idea. Jay Leno is 60 years old today. And by the way, someone I've been in love with for years is 69 years old today, and that's actress Anne Margaret. I mean, you're talking Viva Las Vegas when she was just a little starlet, and Bye Bye Birdie. But you want to see her when she's a little more growed up. Two movies that I would highly recommend. One is just one that'll scare the bejesus out of you with Anthony Hopkins. It's called Magic. I think it was about 1970 or 71. And the other one from right around that same time, opposite Art Garfunkel of all people and Jack Nicholson, Anne Margaret in a movie called Carnal Knowledge. Fabulous movie, and it still holds up today. I just recently saw it. All right, two more notes on the old station. You know, Monday they made the announcement that they are taking the company private, and it now explains why they dumped my salary and canceled our show and got rid of Katie Cruz and basically stripped the station and the company down to bare bones to make it appear more profitable, and that's the way it's done in corporate America these days. That's how you do it. Sean, one of our daily dosers, points out that that's similar to what Bill Laurie did when he was the owner of the St. Louis Blues and he was going to sell. Remember, for a couple of years they didn't have any players because they sold everybody off. That's what you do. You sell off all of your assets, your big assets. Your company then appears to be more profitable, and then somebody comes along and decides they want to buy you, or in this case transfer ownership or do a deal where, you know, it's very complicated corporate stuff. Oddly enough, I think that K-Hits and the other stations, KSHE, everybody else in that MS Broadcasting group, is going to be a lot better off now. I mean, I don't want you to get the idea that I dislike those people. I have a lot of friends over there still, and even in management, and I don't hate them. I just hate what they did, and I hate the way they did it. It was not necessary for them to make up a story about my ratings being bad, allegedly, to be able to pull this whole thing off just because they were going to engineer some big corporate deal and take control of the company. But that having all been said, I think they're all going to be better off. So we'll watch and see if I'm right. All right, tomorrow, speaking of radio, there is a local research project that is going to be taking place soon, and I've had people ask me about it. I will tell you what I know about it tomorrow. And also, another group of stations here in St. Louis is trying to pull a fast one on you with regard to contests. And I'll tell you the skinny on that and tell you how not to get sucked in by it. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. Now, JC's Eye Candy today is a story from CBS News. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina down in the Gulf, there was a story they did yesterday that I have to be honest with you, it took me by complete surprise. I had no idea where this story was going, and I had a little tear in my eye, and so that's JC's Eye Candy today because the story actually ends up having a little music angle. So that's it. That's your Daily Dose for Wednesday, April 28th, 2010, here at jc'ontheline.com, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We'll talk to you tomorrow. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.